the finals, they had the opportunity to go undefeated as well. So a lot lies on the line in this match. A lot of stories to be made, and oh my god, Belmore, take us away with these two Terran players. A TVT, I don't think I've seen one of these for about 2 months.
Yeah, damn right about that. Spawning in the top left position, we have the blue Terran player playing for Team Alien Invasion. It is the Terran legend from the east, Strelok. And his opponent, arguably one of the biggest pickups for mYinsanity in the existence of their StarCraft 2 division. It is the red Terran player from Korea, Jjakji. Wow, this is going to be absolutely sick. It looks like Strelok is. What is Strelok actually doing here? Not getting a barracks.
Going command center first, man.
He is.
Wow, what a baller! And you know what? It's going to pay off because Jjakji looks as though his gas is expanding. He could take a 15 gas if he would like to, so like a slightly delayed gas. But even then, you know, a CC first opening is strong because you get them double barracks up as a follow-up, and from double barracks you get so many Marines out that a 15 gas aggression doesn't really hit soon enough. So we'll see 15 gas, and so we'll probably see this play out where Jjakji can be aggressive, but you know, Strelok will just have an overwhelming number of Marines.
Yeah, I mean, Jjakji, he can go into a factory off of this if he wants to and start producing Hellions. You know, as soon as the first bunker basically goes up, that's gonna be shut down rather quickly. I am very interested as to what Jjakji's follow-up will be with this opening, because it looks like so far that Strelok may have picked the better build for this map. But it also could be true.
It's gonna pay off for him.
Yeah, it also could be that, you know, a lot of Terran players in TVTs have been going command center first on 4-player maps, specifically and especially on Frost. So it could be that Jjakji has a special build in mind to punish just that type of play.
Jjakji's going to scout his opponent last here, and I mean that doesn't really affect him too much, but it means he won't see the CC first, and so he really doesn't know what he's playing against. Now, I'm a little bit more worried about Strelok than I was originally, because he's gone into a barracks and then a gas straight away, so this is extremely greedy out of him.
Yeah, that it is.
This could cost him, but I mean, again, Jjakji, he will throw down a factory now, so you can see, if he's going to get aggressive, it's going to be quite some time, and I mean, Strelok's actually going to have his factory coming up at the same time, so he should be okay here defensively.
Yeah, he should. There's the factory going down for Strelok. It's just the. I mean, I think it's going to be Jjakji's turn to do something about Strelok, because you can't just let Terran player run away with a command center first build. That's, you know, if you let that happen, and then you find yourself at a disadvantage, then the only one you can blame for that situation is yourself. And Jjakji now knows where the spawn position of his opponent is, and I have a feeling he's going to proxy a starport.
He doesn't have the gas.
No, he's not.
He's
going to build it back home.
Okay. So I mean, they're both going to go Hellions, and this is actually great for Strelok, because now he's got a better economy to go Hellions off of, and with this better economy, and I mean, Hellions are Hellions, basically, the Hellions are the main factors here, so by the time Jjakji gets across the map, Strelok will have even, if not more, number of Hellions, and yeah, this is a good start for Strelok, and definitely looks as though he's going to be playing mech here. I wonder if Jjakji, how he's going to follow this up. He's still on a single gas, so obviously he's going to go for a medevac. We'll see if he has a second gas, because he'll have to do that soon, but the other thing he can do, if he wants to go mech, but the other thing he could do is go to a third CC very quickly, and just take map control with his starport and so.
Yeah, that's definitely something he could do. Now Strelok is going to move his first couple of Hellions out on the map, so he's not going to have them ready for defense. But as we said before, once the first bunker is up, it changes things so much until the starport units are up and until you start getting dropped. No bunker here for Jjakji. There is a wall off at the top and more units are coming out, so Strelok just confirming where his opponent is, and he did check the saturation, so he knows this was not a terribly early command center, and he knows that he should be ahead at this point.
Strelok is making a Viking, and that's going to be essential here because this medevac's coming forward and his Hellions are out of position being in the middle of the map. And these units are about to start dropping into his main base, but he's going to spot it pretty quickly, so he can start pulling back nice and quick. He will catch a couple of Hellions in the middle, but no, he moves away and takes some free damage, and, well, Strelok's in a little bit of trouble here.
He's bringing back his Hellions, and I think he should be able to defend this. I mean, once he takes care of the Marines, he's even pulling SCVs, and yeah, he's going to force the liftoff, I feel like. Evacuation here.
There's just SCVs everywhere. I can't really tell what exactly is going on. I think he should be okay. There's a couple of Hellions left, and they get a couple more work kills. This puts Jjakji 4 workers ahead, but he lost a lot of army to do that. So overall, I'd say this is a pretty even game altogether. Strelok can't really move across the map to be aggressive. Now, the thing that Jjakji did spot was that he saw his opponent go in mech because he saw a second factory.
Yep.
So that's something nice for him. And he has gone for a third command center here very quickly. Still no signs as to whether he wants to play bio or mech. He's on a second gas, not taking his third before.
So far he's playing very, very safely. He's getting a couple of tanks just to be safe versus any kind of timing or. And yeah, he's probably there it is. The 2 additional barracks being thrown down. No engineering base so far. Blue Flame being researched by Strelok at his tech lab. Not really getting those tanks out, so. It looks like he wants to go for a push here with the Hellions, I would assume, once the Blue Flame finishes, and then he switches into tank production, or maybe even something else that he's got planned in his mind. What do you think?
Jjakji's, I mean, he can do, but he's not going to do anything because Jjakji's pretty safe. He's got the tank at the front, and even if the Hellions run by the tank, they're just going to take so much damage, I think. We're going to see it, maybe? No, he's not even going to try, and I just think he would take way too much damage trying to run by there. He doesn't know what's behind the tank either. And Jjakji, his 4th and 5th barracks now coming up, of course, he's just going to spring into a lot of production now that his 3rd command center is finished. And he starts up stim combat shields at the same time. It's a really nicely planned out build. You know, he doesn't need stim and combat shields early because he's got a lot of ways to be safe and take map control with medevacs and harassment. And wow, he actually starts up with concussive shells instead of combat shields.
Yeah, I think he wants to move into Marauders as soon as possible, and this is going to be his way, basically, of how to combat the tank count that is sure to be on the rise from Strelok in later parts of the game. As it is now, Strelok tries to get a drop in, and he is successful with that. This goes completely unscouted and unspotted. The Hellions do make it. Oh, he's not pulling the workers. He may lose quite a lot here. Look at those splits. And if Strelok targets these downs, these individual groups, I mean, he's got 4 Hellions with Blue Flame here. This could be a lot of workers going down. So far, 9 have been killed, 11, and the worker kill count has been equalized as of right now. Strelok will. Yeah. He will
really nice.
Really nice. He will lose those Hellions, but. That was nice of him.
But the problem is, Jjakji's on a 3rd command center, and that's something which, you know, Strelok does not even have building just yet. And, you know, it's all fine and dandy saying to yourself, well, you know, I'm the mech player, but in reality, if you let the bio player mine off the 3rd base, basically uncontested, they will just overrun you. Like, you can turtle as much as you like with mech, but still, without a 3rd base, things aren't going to look that good for you. So
yeah, definitely.
You can see he's continuing to harass, and I wonder if he's just going to go for one big 2-base push to try and just end the game, which I don't really like because Jjakji has so many units out so early, so many tanks to defend.
I mean, Strelok is on 54 SCVs and he's not been making any recently. So yeah, you could be right. He could just try and go and mass up a sufficient number of tanks and just overall units, and just try and go for this. Another drop in the main base of Jjakji. He's going to lose some more, but he's got Marauders there, so he's going to be completely fine. And he's pushing across the map. This might be dangerous here for Strelok. If we take a look at the tank count, it's actually down to 5 versus 3.
Oh my god! If Jjakji just drops in the main,
yeah, this could be really. And he's got 10 Marauders with this as well. Yeah,
this is really bad because look at this. Strelok was actually kind of moving out, but now he drops in the main. The tanks are sieged up, and I mean, what do you do? What do you do to combat this? I don't know. Like,
Strelok is going to take so much damage just moving towards those tanks. Now, granted, he is going to clean this up eventually. And this, you have to wonder.
Clean it pretty well.
You have to wonder.
As bad as I thought.
You have to wonder. Was this worth it for Jjakji though?
No, I don't think it is, because he's reset his tank count now when Strelok is about to move across the map and get into a very aggressive position. And, you know, the one advantage I would have given Jjakji 2 minutes ago was he could have defended with tanks and bought as much time in as he needed for his free base economy to kick in. Now he's going to try and buy more time with some Marauder drops heading across the map. But look how many tanks there are, look how many Hellions there are. And, I mean, Jjakji's third base is undefended, he's going to lose all these SCVs.
He probably is, and he knows he cannot defend that. I mean, his army supply is dropped considerably after that first engagement. He tries to go in with the 2 drops. I don't know how much damage he will be able to use to do, considering the units will be just popping out of those factories, and they could try and clean that up. Whereas Strelok is pushing forward, he's sieging up his tanks. Only 1 tank here for Jjakji, and just frankly not enough units here as the Hellions are chasing. And Strelok has SCVs here to repair as well.
The tank comes out here for Strelok. He's going to start holding at home, but you know, he's got so many tanks just sieged up on the natural of Jjakji, and Jjakji is in a bit of trouble. He can start mining at his third base again. He isn't doing that just yet, but that's definitely something he needs to start doing, I think, to keep his economy alive.
Ooh, he might lose this command center if he's not careful, though.
He shouldn't, but if he's not paying attention, he definitely could. Jjakji loading up more units to go for drops, and if only Strelok was a bit more aware and had a bit of a better way to deal with these drops, he would be in such a good position right now. And, I mean, he's still sieged up the main base. He kills off a barracks as well.
Oh, Wardy, I mean...
Oh my god, look at this drop on top of the tanks. They're all dead.
What the... He actually bulldogged those tanks? Wow, that's...
Yeah, man, he just dropped. And, I mean, he's still got drops in his main base, which Strelok can't clean up with just the Hellions here. And, I mean, now Jjakji, he resumes mining, and he didn't lose his command centers.
Wow,
he
yes.
did lose a few SCVs, but nowhere near as many SCVs as Strelok lost.
Well, it's actually 39 to 36 SCVs lost, and Strelok is...
I mean, Strelok on 30 SCVs, 27. That's the real number.
Yeah.
And I doesn't have a...
And now Jjakji, he's got 3 command centers that he can mine off of. He can drop mules. He can continue to drop Strelok. Strelok still does not have his third base. He actually cancelled the building command center. So at this point, he definitely is not going for a third base, I don't think.
No.
He can afford it, though.
I'm just trying to take stock of this game. Like, the thing is, I feel like if he'd wanted to, he could have maybe tried to turtle, because he's got a good Viking count.
Yeah.
He can shut down drops while he took a third base, but, I mean, the thing is, Jjakji is already mining off the 3 bases, so it's hard to come back from that, and, well, I don't know, I mean... The upgrades are huge in favour of Jjakji as well. 2-1 currently to 0-0. A couple of Hellions at the first base just getting cleaned up, get 1 single work kill, maybe 2.
I mean, I just don't... I don't know about the decision of cancelling that command center, because it's not like Strelok could not have gone for that, as you said, and turtle really hard. Right now, if you take a look at the supply difference, it's almost 40 supply difference. 20 in army and 15 or 20 or so in workers. So, you know, Jjakji hugely ahead at this point. His upgrades are better as well.
Oh my god, but he's about to find a... Strelok's about to find a bunch of medevacs in the top
He's not paying attention! Strelok!
Oh no!
There we
He
go.
could have killed so much. That could have been his way back in. That's a good 30 supply.
Yeah.
That he could have got for free, but no, he doesn't, and...
Oh my god, and look at Jjakji, 4th base, 5th base, and he's just going to keep on pressuring and defending. And just bide his time and wait until this really kicks in. He knows that Strelok does not have a third.
And his SCVs.
Yeah, he is. He's pulling everything.
Stim comes down, SCVs are going to come forward in tanks, and medevacs dropping out. Hellbats here. But Marauders coming in from the south side are cleaning up these tanks very rapidly. And from the north side, some Marauders coming in. And, I mean, Strelok loses most of his tanks, and that's the fighting power. Jjakji has more tanks now. He sieges up. He holds this middle ground now. And Strelok can't march through the middle of the map as he wanted to.
He wants to drop.